Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Game production. I hope your week has started off well. If not, well, we have a triple header here for you today. And well, we only need one victory in these 3 games. As you can see, we are currently sitting on 28 points. And now if I just move my big head out of the way for a second, we have 3 games remaining. So with 1 victory, we can mathematically secure our survival. So let's get on with our final home game of this season and our first game of today's episode. So without further ado, let's head on down to pitch side and get on with today's game. Okay, ladies and gents, it is kick-off time for our first game of today's episode, and well, we have the usual suspects. So, Gallon is in goal, Vucevic at left-back, Korf right, and Pieri in central defence. Schwavers makes up the back line on the right-hand side. Gypsy in defensive mid, Bizamani and Belt in central midfield. Anderson, Bessel and Cleberson over on the left-hand side, Fernandez on the right, and Milcevic up front. Now, our bench consists of Pirard, Duchetz, Ozcan, Post, Jimenez, Verif, and Humberg. But without further ado, let's go talk to our assistant Dirk and see what he has to say, or Mr. Gerard, if we want to make it nice and simple. So, Mr. Gerard, tell the team in new they must show improvement from the last outing. I think that is reasonable. We got absolutely destroyed in the previous episode. Those who remember, we played Antwerp and we got destroyed. So, assertively, actually, you know what? No. Passionate revenge. That is what we want. We want some good old passionate revenge. And that went great with the goalkeeper and the defence. Also went great with Mr. Belt. Now, listening passionately was Kubasic, but didn't really take it on board. Same with Milcevic, and listening keenly was Anderson better than Cleverson. But these two, not so much. They weren't that interested in that shout. But we have Marcel Fontaine of the Belgian Football Review, an enthusiastic fellow who is indifferent. So, with Charleroi, or Chaleron, or however you're supposed to actually say it, I've said it about 5 different ways in the course of this particular team, not in action until after you play, this is a prime opportunity for your side to perhaps take a step ahead in the battle to avoid relegation. Well, yes it is, but I wouldn't say they're the main candidates. I would say it's definitely between Wargem and Muskron. I believe if we can... I know we mathematically need 3 points, but I reckon if we win... we get 1 draw, we've pretty much guaranteed it. If we can get on to 29 points, I reckon we should be safe from the draw. Now, I'm more interested in trying to hop over Anderlecht and maybe Eupen. I don't see us jumping over Eupen, but if we can hop over Anderlecht, that'd be nice. Just being able to say we finished above Anderlecht would be a nice little tick in a box for my own personal goals. But enough rambling. We've got 3 games to get on with today's episode. We don't want this being a 3-hour episode, so we regard any potential advantage as a positive. You're 11th in the Pro League form table. Can you keep things... It could take... We need to find some form quickly. We don't really particularly, but we'll tell him that. How useful is Schwaber's versatility as a Swiss Army knife? Like I tell you with most of my players, I like to get in. They are Swiss Army knives. They can be very adaptable. I like players who can play multiple positions because it helps a lot when you get injuries. It's nice to have a guy who can cover over on the left-hand side when he's usually on the right, and stops you having to bring on reserve players who aren't in the same sort of league as everyone else. But Schwavers takes the goal kick. Now Pieri. Nice ball up to Fernandez. Schwavers has made a nice run, but Kubasic finds him, heads it down for Milcevic. Milcevic to Bizamani now. Bizamani has space, plays it to Anderson, who gets a lovely shot off. And a lovely goal. That is his first goal of the season. Assisted by Bizamani. And I'm losing my voice, and I don't know why. I apologise. Ay. Recording with a dry throat. Probably not the smartest of ideas, but we're in the lead. Who cares? I can sort that, hopefully, before the next game. If not, then my voice will sound a little bit deeper than it usually is. But Anderson whips one in back post. Milcevic, second goal of today's game, second goal of the episode, and it's his 9th goal of the season. Assisted by Anderson, and yes, he is definitely better than Cleverson. Look at that cross. Back post, Milcevic on the volley. across the face of goal. Goalkeeper had no chance. You know what? Yeah, let's watch it for a third time. Why not? Make sure he wasn't offside. We know it wasn't, but we just want to see the goal again. And, well, their shout has gone and got their team all fired up. A little bit late. They're 2-0 down after half-time. Half-time? Half an hour, even. But Gypsy collects the header, and can we get third? Anderson. Oh, Anderson. My friend. He's been struggling since we brought him in, but today, that man is on fire. 8.1 rating, 1 assist, and 1 goal so far. Now, throw in. Bizamani throws it into Milcevic. Milcevic collects it nicely. Now into Anderson. Anderson better than Cleberson. Over to Bizamani. Bizamani gets a shot off, and what a goal it is for Bizamani. His first goal of the season, assisted by Anderson. And, well, it looks like we are securing our survival in this first game. So, that begs the question, what are we going to do with the second and third games? Well, I think I'm probably going to give the youngsters a bit of a run out, you know. I don't see us, you know, let me just have a little look before I commit to giving the youngsters a run out. So, 6 points on top of that would put us... I don't see us running all the way up to 7th. Some of these are definitely going to pick up points, but mathematically we can technically get up as high as, say, 7th. Do we aim for top 10? Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to give the youngsters a run out. I'm sorry. I want to give guys development time, but I think the best thing for this club, leave them in the highest possible league position we can. That way, they get a bit more income from their league position, and it's going to help them going forward. Of course, not going to help us because we are leaving at the end of the season, but still, enough rambling from me. Let's get on with the halftime review. And, well, it is 3-0. We've had 16 shots to their 2, 7 on target to their 0, 1 foul to 6 fouls, 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 54% possession to 46. Now, our best performer has been Anderson. Anderson better than Cleberson, 8.3 and 2 assists. For them is Mosquera, with 100% tackle-1 ratio and a 6.7. Now, struggling to perform is Fernandez. He's got 6.7 and 0% crossing completion ratio. That means we can go for our double free kick takers if we really want to. And then we have Storm, struggling for them. Great name, not so great on this performance though. 4 mistakes and a 6.3. Of course, we are the only game currently going on, so no need to look at other fixtures. So, tell the boys their effort were excellent. It was indeed. I'm happy with things going. Keep it going, lads. I appreciate this effort. You are securing our survival for another season and giving the new manager something nice to build off when I leave. So, let's get up substitution time, or we can score another one. Anderson, back post, Pieri. We are piling on the misery today. Mechlin are going to be demotivated for the final couple of games, and I feel great about it. Pieri has gone and got his first goal of the season, also assisted by, of course, Anderson. Anderson better than Cleberson. We don't need to see it again because, of course, today's episode is going to be pretty long. Like I said, we've got 3 games and 2 of them are away games. So we are going to be spending a little bit of time just having a little look at a couple of stadiums. So don't want to drag things on too much. Now, Verif, you can come on for Fernandez. He's had a nice game, but he could do with a rest. As you can see, Anderson 9.1. That's much better than his average rating. He's been averaging about a 6.5 for the whole season and for his past 5 games. So that is good to see from him. Now, do we take... Milcevic has a goal. I want to bring Holmberg on. Do I do it? Who is lowest on fitness? Right, Schwabers, you are tired. So, Duchette's... or Duchette, I guess, is coming on that side. We can then... Now, we'll just double sub. We don't need to risk a third. They are all anxious. I'm going to give the lads praise. I don't care if they don't like a bit of praise. This is the perfect time to give them it. We're off on our way out. And, well, we are going to secure survival now. I don't see them scoring 5 goals. And I don't even see them scoring 4 goals in the next 17 minutes or so, but Gypsy gets it to Belt. Belt heads it away. Now, can we please just keep this clean sheet just for our goalie? Now, the goalkeeper don't want it, but it looks like we might have avoided that goal through VAR. Let's have another look at this one. VAR has saved our bacon. He was offside by a little bit, Camera angle, not so great. We can't really see it, but we shall trust that VAR is right. That's save Gallon. I wanted Gallon to get his clean sheet, and Gallon, well, he didn't look like he wanted to keep it. Lucky for him, though, VAR wants him to keep it. Bizamani throws it into Vucevic. Vucevic holding up the ball nicely now to Kubasic. Kubasic over to Belt. Belt tries to play it back to Kubasic. Bad pass, but it's kept in possession. Vucevic now. Belt holding up the ball nicely, but we need to do something with it. Duchet. Nice cross over to Vucevic. Vucevic holds the ball up nicely. Plays back to Anderson. Bizamani has too much space, and he smashes in his second goal of the season. And I believe his second for today. Assisted by Anderson, better than Cleverson, and we are 5-0 up. This has been a beautiful game, and as you can see, we have taken over Anderlecht spot. We are now 12th in the league, and what a beautiful way to do it. 5-0 victory here in the end. We had 24 shots to their 5, 12 on target to their 1, 3 fouls, 12 fouls, 0 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 57% possession to 43. Now, our best performer, Bizamani, he got 2 goals and a 9.5. He eventually jumped over Anderson, who was... What? Hold on. Okay, he matched Anderson. I was going to say Anderson had an amazing performance. So, ignore me for a second there. Bizamani got a 9.5, 2 goals in today's game. Auger for them with an 85% passing completion ratio, got a 6.8. Not in the same league as us today. Duchet struggled for us. He made 1 mistake and got a 6.8. For them, of course, their struggling performer, the goalkeeper. He conceded 5 goals and got a 6.2. Now, there is quite a few milestones to go over. I'm not going to go through them individually, as you are aware from previous episodes. Feel free to pause if you are interested in particularly. But the player of the match going to Anderson, better than Cleverson. He got 4 assists and a goal and a 9.3. Like I said, Bizamani caught up to him in the end. Also got a 9.3 with his 2 goals and 1 assist, but not enough to overtake him in the end. Dirk Gerard, though, thinks we should tell the boys that effort was excellent. It was indeed. I'm going to passionately tell them I'm happy with the way they played. They could not have done any better if only they did that in the previous game. But it is time to head for our first of our 2 away games against Charleroi, who we have guaranteed our survival, haven't we? Duchet makes his debut. Bizamani fitness concern. Doesn't say we've guaranteed survival, but mathematically I'm pretty sure we have. As you can see, 2 games remaining, so 30 games in the season. Now, they can only win 3. That would put them on 30 points. We are higher than 30 points. Yes, these teams can overtake us, but Borgem cannot. We should be safe. I don't know why the game is not confirming our safety yet, but we are going to head for our second game. Enough rambling from me. I will see you at the stadium in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to the Stade Pays de Charleroi for our second game of today's episode. And yes, we are stood on a staircase. I was a little bit confused why I was able to come into this particular spot, because we can't go down the stairs, but we can go up them. So that is what we are going to do. But first of all, I would like to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Ladies and gents, please do not record on staircases, and please do not walk up them backwards, as you will see me doing in this segment. So first of all, let's turn around, and as we head on up the first flight of stairs even, we run into a nice Nissan advertisement. We then go up another flight where we have, of course, the bar being represented. I apologise for the ongoings outside. There seems to be quite a few sirens going by the stadium at the moment. We then head on up this landing and continue where we have more Nissan advertisements. Before we finally get to the top, we have this lovely flooring, by the way. I love the floor up on this landing, so let's head on through. And what a beautiful eatery we have over here. Now, if you look over to the right hand side, you will see, you can actually see the stands. It's got a lovely external view, and well, we are going to head on through here, have a nice little look. Over here is the bar where I shall be enjoying a few drinks before today's game, because I'm going to celebrate the fact we have stayed up. Yes, it hasn't been confirmed. I think I've figured that one out. That's due to some weird ruling on how things work in the league. I believe we have to have X amount of under 21 players, but I've already achieved that. So I think it's basically just waiting to guarantee that. As you can see from here, we also have a nice little back room, so there is a separate eating area for the El Presidente, and his table is over here. Not got the greatest of views. As we just come over here, we can see the view isn't all that great, it's to a back street. But without further ado, I'm going to head on down to pitch side and get on with today's game. Okay, ladies and gents, it is time to kick off our second game of today's episode. We don't have any changes to the lineup, so let's just jump straight into things and go talk to Mr. Gerard. So, Mr. Gerard, he thinks we should expect the team to pick up where they left off. Now, expecting them to go out there and drum another team? Maybe a little optimistic considering we're away from home, but you know what, let's go for it. So, assertively. Avenge, a little bit of revenge, yeah. I know a lot of you are keen to avenge, go out there and express. We're the underdogs here. I don't know how we're underdogs, but we are apparently. Let's give the fans know we're away from home. Passionately, I know you're avenge. Avenge! So instead of the defense being fired up today, we have the forwards fired up. So that is good. We have Fernandez, Anderson, Milcevic. We have a couple of midfielders in Belt and Kupsik fired up for today's game. And Core Fries, of course, always fired up, that gentleman. He is a very enthusiastic fellow. So, Maxine's Jacobs of DH.B, friendly and good-humoured and respectful of us. As Charleroi are the lowest goal scorers in the Pro League. You must... Yes, we're always favourites to win. I think we're the better team by far, and we shall show them why. How much of a boost is Henrik's absence? A team with yeah, they've got capable replacements. Don't see it affecting the game too much. As you can see, there's a decent amount of people in. Now, bit of social distancing going on by looks of that crowd, but it's an away game. What do we expect? We can't bring all of our fans. It's not our fault they don't have fans of their own. Schwebers plays it over to Fernandez though, and can we get off to a good start here in the 5th minute? Fernandez coming down the right hand side, Willie whipping across, plays it short to Belt on the edge of the area to Kupsik. Kupsik has space, now to Bizamani. I wouldn't give Bizamani that much space if I was them. Vucevic though, over in space on the left hand side, tries to cross it, it's blocked. Anderson though, and it's a lovely save. Or not, apparently that hit the side netting. It looked like the goalkeeper saved it. Guess not. My eyesight is deceiving me. And we are now into the 15th minute. You know what, lads? I am going to demand more. I know we're only 20 minutes in, but no, come on, lads. You can do better. I've seen better. We were already winning the previous game before now. Anderson has taken a little bit of a knock. Hopefully that's not too bad. Vucevic to Anderson, whips one in for Fernandez. Header goes straight at the goalkeeper though. And Deschamps collects. So what is Deschamps going to do? He's going to drop it. He's kicking it over to the left-hand side where Nurlo gets it and tries a lovely ball over the top. It is a lovely ball, in fact, to Azau. Azau now gets past Schwebers, gets past a second, but he cannot shoot to save his life. And we are saved by his terrible shooting. So, quite a few people are motivated on our team. They are looking a little bit nervous and complacent in the case of Mori Oscar. Now, they went for a good shout. Most of the team focused up after their manager went and shouted at them, but we have Milcevic on the right-hand side. Plays it over to Belt. Belt, can he get a shot off? No. Plays it over to Kupsik. Now with Bizamani, we have Vucevic in space, and it's delivered over to Vucevic. Vucevic whips one in. Milcevic, lovely header. And we are 1-0 up, ladies and gents. Milcevic with his 10th goal of the season, assisted by Vucevic. And what a lovely header it was indeed. Let's have another look at this one. This is why you don't give Vucevic space, folks. When he gets this amount of space and time, he can deliver a beautiful cross. Milcevic nods it into the top corner, and we are a goal up. Not a bad little start. Now, between the first game and this game, we did have a bit of bad news. Anderlecht went and won their game. So, unfortunately, we are still behind Anderlecht, unless Anderlecht are currently having a rough time in today's game. But I don't even know if Anderlecht is playing today. We shall find that out in just a second. But, first of all, they are holding up possession nicely. And, well, come on, Vucevic. No, Vucevic lost the race between him and Bruno. Bruno can get across in. Luckily for us, Pieri heads it away. But only as far as Nurio. Nurio now plays it over to Romero. A lot of O's going on in their team. Glad I am not managing them. Although, with shooting like that... Romero might be joining me at a future club. That was a brilliant shot. Now, Gallon probably should have done a little better. I'm a little bit disappointed that Gallon just dived over the top of this one, but let's just have a look at this nice drilled shot by Romero. Smashes it in. Wasn't well placed, but it was smashed nice and low where Gallon could not get down to it. So, let's demand more. We have 3 minutes remaining in the half. As you can see, Anderlecht are in fact playing against Muscron. They're also winning their game and up to 10th in the league. So it is currently 1-1 here, and well, they've had 6 shots to our 9, 3 on target to our 3, 1 foul to our 4, 1 yellow card, 0 yellow cards, 48% possession to 52. So 1-1, pretty fair reflection on today's game so far. Best performers have been Romero with that 1 goal and an 8.2, but us is Milcevic with that 1 goal and a 7.1. Now, struggling to perform is Nurio for them. He's made 2 mistakes and got 6.4. But us is Schwavers. He's got a 0% crossing completion ratio and also a 6.4. So, as I was saying, Anderlecht currently 1-0 up in their game. That's a little bit disappointing. Bruges versus Antwerp doesn't really matter to us. That's a battle near the top. Eupen versus Ghent. Now, we could do with Ghent winning that just so we can try and jump above Eupen. This game, I don't think it really matters. I think we want Kortrijk, or however you're supposed to pronounce that, to win that one. Mechelen beating Bruges. Now that is disappointing. Bruges, I believe, is 2nd in the league. Mechelen is around our area in the league. Genk, that one doesn't really matter to us. That's a title fight between, I want to say, 1st and 4th. 2 are the high flyers, anyways. And Wargem, of course, losing their game. That's always good to us. That helps us. I know we've already secured it, but it makes the gap look a little bit nicer. So, Dirk. Tell the boys they did well and their efforts were excellent. I mean, they weren't that excellent. We're drawing. So, assertively, I'm not happy. Do better. Yes, looks fired up. That is what we are talking about. Mr. Gerard, you, my friend, are too nice. Mr. Dirk Gerard is too much of a friendly fellow, if I do say so. We are going to get on with today's game, and we are going to rest Anderson. Anderson better than Cleverson. He has that knock. We don't want him aggravating it, so we are going to take him off. In fact, let's do it. Milcevic's having a good time, so Hermberg, you can go out on that wing. Would you prefer to be a winger? No, inside forward. That seems the most appropriate for our amazing striker playing out on the wing. Don't want to bring anyone else off particularly. Now, Schwavers. You know what? No, Schwavers, you can go off. We'll have Duchette. Duchette can have a run out. I know, it's a bit risky. We could get an injury, but after Anderson had his knock, I don't see it happening twice. Surely not. We can't be that unlucky that we're going to take 2 knocks in today's game. We are going to, however, demand more as we get into the latter stages of today's game, and that has focused up pretty much everyone. The only person who isn't is Holmberg, who was composed, and well, we also had one motivated in there, which I believe was Kubasik. But it looks like we're going to cruise to the end of today's game. It has been 1-1 in today's game. They've had 9 shots to our 15. We picked up our shots in the end. Unfortunately, we didn't do enough with them. They had 4 shots on target to our 5, 6 fouls to our 7, 2 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 47% possession to 53. Can't be too disappointed. It was an away game. We did alright, but we could have probably got more from today's game. Romero got 1 goal and an 8.3 in the end. Vucevic for us was our best performer with 1 assist and a 7.2. Now, struggling to perform was Nian for them with a 6.4 and 0 overall chances, and Schwavers for us with a 6.4 and 0 crossing completion ratio. Few different milestones, none of them. Oh, sorry, there's one which applies to us in Verif, but Romero gets the player of the match. So, Dirk, tell the boys it really wasn't. Assertively, I'm not happy. I want better from you, lads. I want to see you not struggling near the bottom of the table. I think you should be up here. You should be in that like 6th to 10th range, not down in this 13, 16 battling out for relegation. No, that should not be your position going forward. Nice one though. Wargem went and lost their game. Anderlecht, as disappointing as it is trying to catch them, they did beat Muscron. So Muscron now is actually the team bottom of the league. So Wargem will be happy at that, even though they lost. Muscron go below them. Now, going into the final game, we can't go any lower. They can't catch us, Wargem can't catch us, and Moosegron also can't catch us. Now, how high can we go? 35 is the target, so we can go as high as 11th. We now can't catch Anderlecht, unfortunately, Eupen and Oosterdam, but we are versing Club Bruges. So 13th is probably the most likely outcome, but we shall find out in just a second as we head on over to Club Bruges. So I will see you at their stadium in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to the Jan Bredel Stadium for our game here today against Club Bruges. Now, they have, unfortunately for them, been dethroned as the champions, as Standard have only lost 2 games this season. So they're probably going to try and take it out on us today, and, well, the media think so also, because they've said today is an insurmountable task. So, without further ado, I'm going to head on down to the dugout, and hopefully we can triumph over against Club Bruges in our final game of today's episode, and our final game, of course, here as Waasland Bavarian. But without further ado, let's head on down to the dugout for today's kickoff. Okay, ladies and gents, it is time to kick off our final game here as Waasland Bavarian, and if we can be solid at the back, I don't have too many worries about today's game, because I've just noticed who is in goal for them. Of course, it is Mignolet. So, without further ado, let's go destroy Mignolet and talk to Mr. Gerard. So, Mr. Gerard, how do you think we should go about destroying Mignolet? Apart from just kicking the ball straight at him, he'll probably miss it. But Gerard thinks we should remind the team there is no pressure. Assertively, we've got nothing to lose. No. Yeah, I've got nothing to lose. Now, passionate revenge. We have nothing to lose, but passionate revenge. So, everyone but these 4 have gone and taken it very well. Anderson doesn't particularly care. We have Vucevic, who is motivated. Kubasic listened keenly, but didn't really take it on board. We have Corfries, who listened keenly and also didn't take it on board. And also not bothered is P. Airy. Of course, he is on loan, just like Anderson. So I can understand why they don't really care about destroying Club Bruges. But let's go do it. Let's go and upset the odds. Upset all those bettors who are backing Club Bruges to destroy us today and go and get a win. And before we do that, though, we have to talk to the journalist, and that journalist is Leon Hermans of the Belgian Football Post, an experienced but friendly enough fellow who doesn't have any relationship with us, because personally I don't remember talking to him in any previous episodes. How are you approaching the task of keeping the Pro League's leading goal scorer quiet here? I know how good they are. I trust in my players to do their job. Like I said, if we can be solid at the back, we can get something out of today's game. Because like I said, they have Mignolet in goal. Nobody really trusts in Mignolet in goal, surely. But they have the early possession here on the 7-second mark. Yes, you heard that right. 7 seconds, not 7 minutes. They've just scored in 15 seconds. That's not the defensive effort I was looking for, ladies and gents. And I think it's fair to say, telling the lads to show some passion after conceding after 15 seconds. As you can see, 1 minute. Kick ass has already started kicking our ass. We're going attacking. We're going to tell them show some passion. And I'm going to get irritated by, yet again, more sirens, ladies and gents. That is the problem with being very near a main road. You do occasionally hear the odd siren. So again, I apologise for that. Can't really deal with this though now, can I? I can't go and shut the hospital down. I can't stop the cop cars using it as a nice little pass-through or turning the sirens on when they're not actually doing anything. But Schwavers bombing it down the right-hand side, whipped one across the face of goal, unfortunately headed away. Kubasic now collects the ball, over to Vucevic. Anderson has space on this left-hand side. Can we pull one back? Anderson cuts inside, whips one across for Fernandez. Can't keep his header down there. And it is still 1-0 here. Come on, lads. Again, show some passion. I want some passion. We cannot be 1-0 down after 15 seconds. That is pathetic. Way to end our time here. Now, 13th in the league. I would have taken that at the start of taking over this club. We were in a very awful spot, of course. We do take the bottom team, but it didn't look like getting anywhere. We was very much cemented down there. The loanies have done their job though, and well, it's a shame that we have to finish it like this. Going and conceding 15 seconds in is not the way I imagined finishing our time here. Although they are now uninterested, and hopefully we can... No, we're just going to go to half-time. So it is 1-0 to Club Bruges here. As you all know, they scored that early goal, which we shall try and forget about. Match statistics: 10 shots to our 3, 5 on target to our 2, 1 foul to our 8, 0 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards, 45% possession to 55. So at least we're doing something. We've got the possession advantage. Now, best performance for them is Kickass, who has been kicking our ass, as I've already said. 1 goal and 7.1, and Belt with a 6.9 and an 86% passing completion ratio. Now, struggling to perform is Jason. He's got 6.5 for them and a 60% passing completion ratio, and for us is Milcevic with 0 overall chances and a 6.4. He's probably going off at half time. So, other games around the league, Ghent is winning their game. That is nice to see. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of it at the moment. Antwerp is drawing against Wargem. That's a little bit disappointing. You'd think Antwerp would be able to win that one. They are currently drawing against Bruges 1-1. Yet again, that is disappointing. Early goal though. 8th minute to get them off in the lead. Genk is currently 0-0 against Anderlecht. Doesn't matter to us. Can't catch either of those. Muskeron is currently winning 2-1 against Eupen. Now, that'd be good if we could pick up a victory here. I don't think Muskeron can catch us if I remember rightly, but that would be useful. Oosterden is currently losing 1-0 standard. Doesn't matter to us. STVV currently losing their game 2-1. So he thinks the effort was excellent. I think he's been watching a completely different game to us. Look at those halftime ratings. There's nothing excellent about any of that. So assertively, show me something else in the second half. Don't listen to Mr. Gerrard. He's an idiot. And Holmberg, you are coming on, my friend. We are then going to go straight out onto the pitch and get on with the rest of today's game as we start off attacking. Jason, though, whips one in. Can we get the ball away? Belt hoops it upfield, and they just collect it over on the right-hand side. Van Drogelen now plays the ball over the top. It's just kept in, but only for Vucevic to collect. Play it back to Gallon, and it's now with Pieri. Did a good job at holding the ball there. Core Fries, can we please stop passing it back to Gallon? You are going to give me a heart attack. Belt to Kubasic, though, plays it over to Schwavers, now with Pieri. We are doing a good job holding possession. We need to start doing something with it, though. Fernandez did have an opportunity to go and use the overlap, didn't use it, though. Anderson on this left-hand side has Vucevic also on the overlap. We finally get it to one of the guys on the overlap. Vucevic has space, plays it back to Anderson. Anderson now to Bizamani, edge of the area. Bizamani with a beautiful strike. He has been amazing in today's episode. Hasn't done that all season, and then we're coming to today's episode, and he just keeps smashing them in from range. I'm not going to complain. That's his third goal of the season, and it's assisted by, yes, Anderson. Better than Kleberson. What a beautiful strike. And Mignolet being, well, Mignolet. He doesn't save it. So, that is that. Vucevic is looking a little tired. Anderson, yes, he got that assist. He's still struggling, though. Fernandez also struggling. We have Vucevic, like I said, tired and struggling. Schwavers. Now, that's 6.5. He's been making good runs. No one's been utilising him, though. That is a little disappointing. I think we carry it on for a little bit. We'll hold off for just a second. We'll get to about the 60th minute. 60, maybe 65th. Then we'll start making a couple of substitutes if we need them. We're going to stay attacking because final game of the season, we can't go any lower. We want to pile on the misery and try and get a victory here today. So let's go for the win. We're not going to settle for a draw against Club Bruges, especially after they went and embarrassed us 15 seconds in and scored. So Schwavers, lovely ball over the top for Holmberg. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Mignolet finally finds a way of making a save, and it is still 1-1. So Deli gets it over to Jason. Jason plays it back to Pellegrini. Pellegrini cross is blocked. Belt, can you chase this down? Torre gets it, plays it over to Jason. Can we get a... No, you're just going to walk past him, Schwavers. No, Pellegrini. Lucky for us, the finish wasn't great, but Schwavers, that was questionable. I believe that was Schwavers. No, he's 52. What number? Yeah, he's 25. Who on earth was it who made that silly number 6? Am I... I don't think it was Fernandez. I don't know. I have no idea which player that was. I don't know why, but I swear it was 26, but we apparently don't have a 26 on the pitch. So I'm imagining things. I guess it was probably Pieri, if I'm going to guess at who just waltzed over to him and then didn't do anything. But I can't punish them because I can't figure out who on earth it actually was. What I can do, though, is take Fernandez off. He's struggling, so Verif is going to come on for Fernandez on that right-hand side. We then have... Tricky. Now, he's struggling. His condition's not quite there. Bizamani's conditions struggling also. You know what? Vucevic, you're off. We are going to bring on Duchetz. Now, Duchetz, you are competent on that side. Schwavers, would you be better? No, Schwavers doesn't know where the left-hand side of the pitch is, apparently. So Schwavers can stay on the right, and that is our substitutions for today's game. Let's, you know what, demand more. I'm not going to tell them that they're not showing passion, because they have showed passion. They've come and brought us back into today's game. We are jumping above you, Ben, with this draw, in fact, and we want to get a win. So let's get this win. Anderson plays it over to Belt. Belt now to Bizamani. Bizamani, lovely ball to Belt. Belt tries one over to Duchet. Duchet, can he get across in? No, plays it short to Anderson. Anderson plays back to Kubasik. Now to Duchet. No, he gives it away. They are now in possession. It's played back to Mignolet. Mignolet kicks it up to Deli. Deli tries the ball over the top. It gets to Kickass. Kickass, now can we dispossess him, please, somebody? Get this ball back. We can't let them pass it around like this. They are good in possession going forward. Kickass, though, rarely misses those. Fortunate for us, though, his header goes over the bar. We have Anderson a little bit nervous. We are going to demand more, though, Anderson, and that has focused him up. Apparently, demanding more of someone who is nervous does actually fire them up. So try that at home, ladies and gents. See if it works out for you, just as it does in Football Manager. But it looks like we are, in fact, going to cruise to a draw. Can't be too disappointed. Little bit disappointed that we went and conceded 15 seconds in, but it's Club Brugge. They're second in the league. They were the reigning champions until Standard went and destroyed the league this year. But it is 1-1 here today. They had 16 shots. We had 5. 5 on target to our 4. 7 fouls to our 15. We really didn't have any discipline in today's game. 0 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards, 44% possession to our 56. Now, their best performer was Bonaventura, otherwise known as Ace Ventura, probably. He got 1 assist and a 7.1. For us is Bizamani. He got an 8.7 and 1 goal. Like I said, Bizamani killed it in today's episode. He has been amazing. Struggling to perform, of course, for them is Mignolet with a 6.6, and no reason for it other than the fact he's Mignolet. We then have Holmberg. He had 3 offsides and a 6.3 as a result. As you can see, there was a few different milestones, not going to go through them, couple to do with Bizamani, but feel free to pause it and look at them if you are interested. Now, the player of the match, of course, it is Bizamani with that 8.7 rating and a goal. So, Deck things should tell the boys, yeah, their effort was alright. It's our final time here, so why not? Let's be nice to them. Let's passionately tell them, you've done brilliant, I'm proud. Tell the lads I'm proud, maybe they might want to come and join me at a different club. Thinking ahead, ladies and gents, thinking ahead. As you can see, they have split off into the championship group, which is those 6 teams. Team starting, 50% of their points from the main league. We don't have to worry about that because we did not reach the top 6. So I think that is okay. I guess we are here a bit longer than I thought. We actually have a group of our own, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. First, second, third, fourth. Okay, we finished high enough to actually not just be in a relegation scrap, but we managed to qualify for the Pro League A Euro Place Playoff Group C. Now, that consists of Westerlo, Mechelen, OHL, and us. So, let's see how we get on with that. So, there's 6 games in that particular thing. I don't know if we have knockouts after the group stage. I should probably look into that. So, how does this particular thing work? Rules. So, we play the Euro Place. That is a group stage system, 6 games, play each other 3 times. Whoever finishes top gets 418 grand, ladies and gents. We then have a semi-final. I don't quite see how that works. I guess the winners of the groups go into the semis? Let's have a little look at this. So 4 teams go into the semi-final, of course. Then we have the final, which is 2. Makes sense. So winners qualify for the final. That makes sense. Top team qualifies for the semi-final. So yes, the top team from each group. Now, who are the other groups then? So is it just split off? Ah, interesting. So I guess it's the... That has me mind blown. But yes, we apparently managed to qualify for the European playoff Group C. So I guess we do have a little bit more time here as Waasland Bavarian. I thank you all for watching the normal season. I hope to see you for the playoffs, in which, who knows, maybe we get into Europe after finishing near the bottom end of the table, which is rather puzzling. In fact, where did we finish? We finished the Pro League in 12th. But we still apparently have an opportunity to qualify for European spots. So that is that. Also, Zoltan Wargem, the unfortunate team that goes down. Muskron escaped by 1 point in the end. And, well, we head on into the European group. That is enough for me today, though. I've been rambling. In the next episode, we are going to be heading away to Westerlo and then home to Mechelen. Before we then have an episode, in fact, that first one, it's on telly. So that's going to be interesting. We then verse OHL and Westerlo in the following episode. And then the final episode, if we don't make it through to the semi-finals and final, is Mechelen and OHL. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. It's probably been a long one. I thank you if you managed to make it all this way, or actually managed sitting through this whole episode. But again, I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.